All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome here to Cybertrade University. Thank you for coming to our open house. We are broadcasting live on three different channels actually. And oops, let me just fix this right here. Hopefully that's working. All right. So basically what we got going on right here, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm here to talk about regarding about what's happening in today's volatile markets, why things are getting so rough, and how to obviously, benefit now what's coming to the next biggest coronavirus thing, which is the big earnings session coming on. All right, guess I was going to broadcast live on YouTube and Facebook. All right. So with that said, just want to kind of talk a little bit about what we do here at Cybertrade University, what we're going to learn, and about us, and just kind of make you realize that for everything that's happening right now in today's world, with the coronavirus and this and that, and let me tell you, today actually was a very disturbing day for me because I was reading an article on the CDC. They said that this actually could be worse going into September, October, and November next year. I mean, actually this year, like the flu. And so it really looks like, as much as we're trying to make this change things around, and government trying to help us survive and work from home and this and that, I think it's going to be going on for a long time. So you know with that said, unfortunately, I guess we really, being in this industry is actually a good thing. I mean, listen, you're home, you get to work at home, you get to do what you want, but the thing is, you got to know how to play the game. you know um I be honest with you, we are mobbed. I have more and more people that want to learn how to be part of Cybertrade University. They want to learn how to trade this and that. Now people are home, they can't do anything. They see the market, how volatile it is. We have a correction. Is it coming back of this? Or maybe they're worried about their finances. And but what I want to do is I want to kind of educate you guys, because really trading's not for everybody, you know. And like I said in my video, you just saw with the testimonials, that's okay too. But you got to know a little bit about what you're getting yourself involved in, and really who's your mentor. So I want to kind of just tell you a little bit about us, and then we'll get right into, I want to teach you guys the art and the strategy behind trading. First of all, I don't know if you guys read any of the old trading books, but I'm actually one of the original day traders that started over the course of, been doing this for 25 years. And I love what I do. I love teaching. I love working with traders. I'm a featured guest on NASDAQ talking about something I'm going to talk about, which is level 3, NASDAQ total view. But by loving what I do, I'm also in the business to trade with my traders. Why is that? Because when I got into the industry, that's how you learn how to trade. See, anyone, has a style of teaching you how to jump into a stock and how to trade this and that. But number one, are they really day traders? Are they really, really, like, who really trained them? Did they just decide to get into this industry because they made money on their own, or they actually worked and was actually worked for a trading firm? And also, how long they've been around, and who really trained them, and what's their style? So everyone has a better style than others, but I'm going to teach you one of my best styles, which is why we're featured so frequently on a lot of these financial stations. First of all, things that we're going to learn. I'm going to talk about NASDAQ Book Viewer. By the way, has any of you guys ever heard of NASDAQ Book Viewer level 3? Anybody heard of it? Never, but probably sounds interesting, but all right. Okay, a few of you. All right, good, good. All right. So I'm going to teach you what it is, how it works. I'm going to talk about what to look for, the upcoming earnings announcements. I'm going to talk about, how to tape read, and it's still effective for 2020. It's actually bigger now than it was, a year ago. I mean, I've been a scalp trader my whole life, and it's now start getting bigger and better. And also, the other biggest issue people have, and you all probably witness, no matter what kind of trader you are, is the emotions. The emotions, getting in, getting nervous, all that good stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about that also. All right. But how I got started is a very interesting story. I was 22 years old. I'm actually 48 now. My God, it's scary to get old. So I've been doing this for a long time, and I started out as an ignorant, you know, 22-year-old kid. I guess you call a millennial at today's times. And I blew up. I blew up about 3 accounts, and then finally I took a job as a trader. And because you know what, I didn't want to take a job as a trader because the reason why people, that were trading, when I got into trading, it's just like, why would I want to split the profits? Why would I want to do that? I guess it's like today's times where people don't want to get educated because they're like, well, why I got to pay for it? Can I just learn on YouTube? You know what? No, you can't. You know what YouTube is good for? It's good enough to spark your interest, to let you know that there is an interest and people know what they're doing. But you got to do your homework. And I did my homework, like getting a job. I didn't take I didn't take any. There's so many trading firms out there, but you know who I wanted to work for? The best in the industry, or what fit that my style of trading. And I tell you, I learned pretty damn quickly. Actually, what I learned on the first day in the job, I should have never made my first trade. And that's what you guys are going to see today. So the thing is this: I got 2 wonderful families. With that said, I got my family that I trade with every day, and I have my family at home, which I'm actually having a great time with them right now. But the thing is this: trading is a community. Trading, you have to trust the people you're around, and you have to remember this is not, the Fausto show. This is not your show. You're going to be trading with people all day long, and you want to make sure you trust the people you're with. So that's like there's 2 phases of teaching people how to trade. It's learning how to trade and who you're trading with. So you got to be clarified that. So if you go out there and you're trading with some people, you got to make sure that, you're also going to be part of that community of people that you're trading with. Now, a couple of stocks we're going to talk about. There was a lot of big movers today. There was Snapchat that was moving. There were stocks like, anybody follow me on Instagram? Had another nice, really big winner on that stock, PEC, PECK. I don't know if you guys, I'm looking at the chat right here. Some of you did. Okay. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook channel, and our Instagram channel, and also on Twitter. I'm not really a big Twitter guy, but unfortunately, we do postings up there. I always find these live ones are better. But yeah, we just posted it up there. Okay. So in the meantime, I want to talk about some of the stocks that we traded. And the big thing is this: I'm not here to brag. Okay, I'm not a show off. I'm not here to pump my fists and show you my Learjet or showing my Rolex watches or my Ferrari outside and showing you cash and money. You know what? To me, that I don't know. I think it's kind of, I don't know. It's just me. It's not classy. That doesn't make you money. That's the way I look at it. You only need to throw it in people's face. I know people like that, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, are you going to teach me how to do that? Is that going to, how does that make me money? Okay. Just because you got lucky. Listen, anybody can hit lotto, right? But you don't see them bragging, because 90% of them actually go out of business. They file bankruptcy. Trust me. The thing is this: you want someone that's consistent, it's going to show you how to play the game. So I want to talk about this stock right here, Rite Aid. Okay. So hold on. Let me get my little pointer out here so you guys can follow along. Okay. There we go. See my little pointer? Okay. All right. So basically, I want to share this trade with you. Rite Aid, nice little move. Stock had a big pop, and then it tanked right out of the gate. 7:30, boom, comp 8 o'clock, came right down. 9:30, ran from 12.50 all the way down to 11. If you do the math, if you shorted that stock, you didn't have to make $5, $4. On 1,000 shares, a $4,000 profit, $1 million at the end of the year. If you just made 50 cents on that, it's a $100,000 salary. But the thing is this: how do you find stocks like this, or find a stock like Snapchat? Okay. Big news came out yesterday with earnings. Stock took off, went from 12.50 after hours. By the way, anybody here trade after hours? Anybody trade after hours here? People like, some people are saying, how do you trade after hours? My broker does. Sometimes you do, Patrick. Okay. My broker doesn't allow me, Mike saying. Okay, well, listen. That's okay, because that's what we do here. We trade. Actually, most of our money is made in pre-market. That's where we really make most of our money. But look at this stock, Snapchat, right here. Stock went from 14.50 straight up to 15.50 all the way to $16. Look, it's 11 o'clock. This actually is today. We took this screenshot today. This is one of the stocks that we were trading this morning. Go look at our YouTube channel. Go look at our Facebook channel. Look at our recording. We traded every one of these stocks. Some people are sitting there trying to figure out why did Snapchat go up? Why did PEC go up? Who ran it up? Is it still going higher? Am I too late? Should I dump my other stock? This is what makes us great traders. And this is what makes you, because if you want to be a good swing trader and investor, you got to learn how to day trade. But what's the new wave that's coming in, and once again, with the whole coronavirus thing, this is going to be a big staple of what's going to happen moving forward in the stock market regarding about the next earnings reports. You see a lot of earnings are coming out. Chipotle came out, did great. Who was it? Netflix did great, but obviously they went down. I mean, they've had a big run up. A lot of earnings are coming out, and we got to know how to trade them. So a lot of big earnings. You could see how many are coming in this month, 200, 300. I mean, a lot of big earnings coming out. But which stock is the best one to trade? I guess that's the biggest question. Well, the first thing we have to look at is this. I don't care what I trade. I really don't. And you know what? It basically should not matter to you. You know why you're here? You're here to make money. End the conversation. Okay? You should not really care what you trade. Because if you do, that's how you get emotional. That's how you get attached to it. And that's how you get yourself in trouble. But when you look at the biggest places that we look when we trade is we scan markets. And if you look right here, and actually that was actually one of my Instagram posts on PEC, P-E-C-K. Where'd you find PEC? Why did it go up? Well, we have something that's called the big percentage gainers and losers we work off. So it wasn't like Fausto's secret weapon, crystal ball, and did his earnings announcement. Listen, I'm not a genius. I'm not an analyst. That doesn't make you money. Okay? What makes you money is following these orders right here and seeing where these big block orders are. And also seeing with the big percent, like this one, here's a stock, ALGRR, up 590%. EROS, up 100%. Like Gene, up 38%, 30 million shares. This stock trades 700 million shares. I mean, like, do you care what these companies do? Or would you like to be in a stock that's up 30, 40, 50, 100% on the day? Well, how do I find them? We scan them, just like how we found all the other ones. And that's something that we talk about every single morning here and also every afternoon at CyberTrading University. So, by the way, we broadcast live all the time, okay? Audio, everything. Everything is fully being out there. We actually start at 8 o'clock in the morning, but we do a live broadcast at 9 a.m. And we trade up to about 4:30. We do about 3 broadcasts a day. Now, how did you know to short Rite Aid? Okay, so now this is the question people ask. How'd you know it was going up? How would you know it's going down? Do you ever feel like sometimes you're trading a stock and then you think that someone's actually even watching you? You're like, I think someone's like actually there watching me doing that trade. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly. It's not that they're watching you. You're not watching them. That is your issue. So how do we find these stocks? How do we know the trends, the strong levels, and what you're at risk? Well, the first thing you have to understand is you have to follow the smart money. It's really what it comes down to it. Listen, Goldman Sachs is the godfather of Wall Street. Okay. Goldman Sachs, I don't care if you like them, hate them, whatever it is, but 70% of their profit comes from the trading department. Okay. Now I'm just using them as just one brokerage firm, but who do you really think you're smarter than these guys? You hear about these politicians all day long. Oh, we got to go after Wall Street, the damn banks, and they're screwing us, even with like the PPP program. Why the banks they're always screwing us. Okay, you know what? Why not just join them? You know what I mean? You could hate them all you want, but you could think you're going to beat them? Just see what the game they're playing. I hate them just as much as you do. I think they're a bunch of thieves. But you know what? Unfortunately, I'm in the finance business, so I'm not going to question and say, you know what? They're going long, I'm going short. Who am I to say that? Who am I? What do you think? I know more than them? Which leads to you think you know more than them? You just have to know how to play the game. That's really comes down to it. So we're going to talk about right now is if there's is basically there's definitely an easier way to do it. Okay. Actually, I don't know. That's a pretty cool picture. I don't know who did that one, but it was pretty funny, Josh. Thanks a lot for making that photo. But there's only one easy way, and it's not calling me up. All right. It's basically following the money. So now what we're going to talk about is basically the biggest, most important strategy when it comes to be a successful day trader. Now, I'm just going to tell you something right now, guys. What you're about to see, this is going to be really disturbing. This is what's going to happen. You're going to stop and ask yourself and be like, why does no one ever talk about this? And why? I mean, it makes perfect sense. The reason why what you're about to see, you know what? I'm going to tell you later. Let me teach you and show you what's going on. And then you're going to see the light bulb is going to kick in and you're going to be realizing you've been trading blind for however long you've been started and how simple things are. Now I'm going to do, if you're in my Zoom room, because we're broadcasting 3, I can't do you could actually do in the chat in Facebook and YouTube if you're watching us live there. But I'm just going to do a poll question. Let me see. Can I get a poll up here? Oh, looks like it's off. All right. So my question to you is this. Looks like Zoom's getting so bombarded. I actually bought the stock too, actually, with everything going on. But my question to you is this. Does anyone here have level 3? Total view, anything? Anybody know what level 3 is? Just give me a chat back. Say yes, no, have no idea. Chad, you do. Brad, I don't know if you guys could see it. I got the chat right here. There's another room. Probably some of you not seeing this, but I'm in a Zoom room. So you can see everybody who's answering. Okay. All right, good. All right, so and I don't really see everybody in YouTube. I don't know if you guys say yes or no. I see a couple of you in Facebook. A lot of you saying no. Okay, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. So let me explain to you what we're going to look at. So follow my mouse really carefully. Okay. These are your buyers. These are your sellers. Okay. Now remember, how do stocks go up and go down? Supply and demand. Okay. Buyers and sellers. Now what you're seeing is the true data of buyers and sellers out there. Now you got 3 columns. You got bids, which are the orders, the price, and then and how many shares. So you got 3 very important columns out there. Now, whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to buy for less money is down at the bottom. Now, for sellers, there's always sellers, right? You're a seller. I'm a seller. We all have different prices we want to sell it at. That's great. But the thing is this. We all have a different interest at different prices. So whoever wants to sell the stock for the least amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell their shares for more money is down at the bottom. So basically, this is how NASDAQ was built. Now, New York Stock Exchange, all these exchanges are following suit, just how NASDAQ's doing it. So what you're looking at is the real true data of every order that's out there. This is basically it. So do you ever wish you had the opportunity to be on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange? Because those are obviously the best traders. What are they looking at? You ever notice you watch TV and they're looking up on the ceiling? They're like looking at, what the hell are they looking at? They're looking at orders. They're looking at what's getting executed. They're not looking at a Fibonacci. They're not looking at on TV or looking at the news. They're looking at orders. They're traders. So why would you not do what they do? Because this is where it all comes down to play. D has a question, and D's question is, how does one get level 3? D, we didn't get to that question yet, okay? But right now, forget about where to get it and what it is. Let me just make sure it's for you first, and then we'll go from there. But let me explain to how we're reading it. All right. So here we have the bid, okay? And a support level. You see how the stock came down here? Came down. And here's 8:30 in the morning. Okay, and you see right here at like 14:20, the stock kept going down, 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 down. And you notice how it stopped right at 13, right? Is that coincidental? It stopped at 13, not like 12 or 11, 13. And it hit 13 around 12 o'clock. And then boom, it started going back to about 13.80. Wow, nice move there. 1,000 shares, 80 cents, a couple hours, $800, $250,000. I'll take that. But how have we known that? Like, why did it stop at 13? Which, by the way, let me ask everybody a question. What would make a stock go up? Could you all answer that question? What will make a stock go up? Demand, right? Buyers. Here, we share that so everybody in the who not logged in, who are on YouTube and Facebook could see it. Buyers, demand, right? Good. So we all know we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. All right, everybody see that? Buyers. Okay. Do you see buyers on a chart? Because chart's very important, right? Everybody talks about this damn chart. Oh, you got to know the chart. They even got companies' names after charts. They got people's names after charts after charts. They got people that, that came out with a chart that was designed by, by other chart readers. But the answer is, does a chart show you buyers out there and sellers? No, it doesn't. You know why? Because a chart works on the past. It's not indicative of the future, right? Would it be nice to predict the future once in a while, right? Okay. Well, you know what does predict the future? That guy. The guy on the book viewer on level 3 who wants to buy 100,000 shares. And by the way, that's not one guy. That's 14 different orders. And just below it, there's another 140 orders, if you see that, for 27,000 shares at $13. If you look past 13, what do you got? 1,000, 700, 100, 100. 100 shares. Are you kidding me? 100 shares? You think that guy is going to make a support level than the guy at 100,000? Actually, when you add that up, it's almost 130,000. Whose side would you want to be on? Whose side? Mr. Bollinger Band or the 130,000 share order, limit order that's out there? Say, hey, guys, I'm a buyer. Yeah, that's me right there. I'm a buyer. Everybody raise my hand. If you're interested, I'm a buyer at 13. Kind of makes sense why the stock didn't want to go past 13. That guy was buying all the shares. How about the sell side? Let's look at the sell side. So here you have a stock, $32, Peloton. Heard of it? Stock's doing great. Do I even care? Do I own one? No. I know a lot of people that do. But apparently, how does that help us? Well, let's just trade the stock. Goes from 32 all the way up to 36 in a matter of 9:30, 10:30, about 4 hours. Nice move. I mean, you do the math. That's a $4 move. That's a lot of money. $4 in a couple hours. Own a nice 1,000 share lot of that. $4,000, $1 million a year. I'll take that job. A lot better than a $1,200 stimulus package. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a day trader. But the thing is this. How would you have known to get out at 13? Right? There's nothing here that's telling you other than what happened in the past. Because if you didn't get out, it went right back down to 34. Why 36? Why not 39? Why not 35.50? Why 36? Oh, I don't know. There's obviously got to be sellers out there. Look at his sell side. 200, 400, one share. One lousy stinking share guy selling at 35.70. Yeah, he scares the hell out of me. 800, interesting. 100, wow, 43,000 shares at $36. Holy crap. I don't know. By the way, that's what we call here at Cybertrade University iceberg orders. That's an ice order right there. And I'll talk about what an iceberg order is because more and more people are starting to use my lingo. It's a word I've been using for the past 20 years. I'm glad it's getting out there. But yes, that's an iceberg order. What's an iceberg order? A big seller. So when you're sitting there and you're trying to think about it for a second and you're saying, that's interesting. I'm looking at a stock and I'm trying to wonder, why is this stock such a big resistance? Other than obviously someone's selling it. So you ask yourself a question. How many of you here have ever been in a stock and went down and still can't figure out why? Well, did you ever thought about thinking is there anyone else selling it? Did you see this seller out there? I don't know. Well, that's how you become a good trader. All right. Let's have a little fun. You guys are ready to have a little put this all to test? Too bad you couldn't do the copyright on it, John. You know what? At the end of the day, if you do a search on YouTube, I posted a video on it. So people, I want to know what iceberg orders are. So whatever. But thanks for the reminder. I was thinking about it, John. Anyway, I probably still could do it too. Anyway, but let's look at this stock right here. We're looking at American Airlines, and we know the airline stocks got crushed, right? So let's look at this right here. What's the trend of this stock doing? Could everybody just put that in the chat? Is it trending up? Is it trending down? What do you think the stock is trending? What does it look like it's doing? All right, so we got the poll working. Okay, there we go. So once again, I'm going to share this in the Facebook and YouTube because everybody who's not in signed up at CyberTradingu University can contribute to the poll. So you can see everyone say it's going down. Wow, you know what? Think about this for a second. You got nothing there other than just looking at a simple chart, no indicators, no volume bars. Everybody say it's going down. You know what? Congratulations. You are absolutely correct. Okay? 100%. You guys are perfect. Going down. Excellent. Very, very, very happy. Okay. Now, this is the $64,000 question. Is it 64 or 67? I forgot. Whatever. Let's say 64. Stock's trending now. Where do you think, when is this stock going to stop? What do we need for this stock to stop? What do we need? Buyers, right? We need buyers. So do you see buyers on a chart? Do you guys see buyers on a chart? I don't see buyers. You see buyers? I don't see buyers on a chart. So what do we need? We need level 3. We need NASDAQ total view. Okay. So where the buyers located on the left-hand side. Okay. Here's your buyers. Here's the guy that's willing to pay the most amount of money for the stock. He's looking to buy it at $11.69, 2,000 shares. 7 different orders out there. It means there's 7 different people that are out there. Remember, there's a lot of people in this world trading American Airlines. Got 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 11,000, 500, 14,000. Wow. You get down to 1150, and you're talking almost 250,000 shares looking to be sold. 334 orders and 16 orders, and 12 orders. Wow, that's pretty. That guy must be looking to buy a lot of it. Could be probably a 50,000 share bid on one person alone. But that is a big ass buyer at 1150. So you ever feel like sometimes you trace a stock and you feel like you're chasing, or like wait, if I just, you ever feel like you bought a stock like, damn it, I could have bought it for 50 cents cheaper. I mean, it's going up, but why couldn't I get it 50 cents cheaper? Why am I paying 50 cents more? Well, the goal is having a game plan. And when you look right here, you could see clear as day. There's your big buyer out there. So what do you think happened to American Airlines when it came to that big buyer? Not even thinking twice. Okay. Listen, you could sit there and you could hope all you want. You could slap every damn thing you want to put on there, but I don't care what you think. Look what happened to that stock, what it did. It went from 1150 right back up to 12 in a matter of what, 2 hours? You do the math. You buy 1,000 shares with those buyers out there because that's what's called a demand. Okay. If you went with those other demand people out there, okay, that made up close to, I don't know, almost close to 400 orders out there, over 250,000 shares. By the way, how much money is that? How much is that? Almost $3 million, $4 million worth of stock? Hell of a lot more money you probably out there, perdition. no disrespect to anyone, but let's call spade a spade. If I had a choice between you and them, I'll be on his team. Okay. Remember I showed you the Goldman Sachs and the regular typical, stay at home, trader. I'd rather be on Goldman Sachs' team. So anyway, look at the stock end up doing. Stock ran almost a buck, 80 cents, 1,000 shares, $200,000 a year salary. Sign me up. You see, the thing is this. I was you 25 years ago. Okay. I say this all the time because back then I was an ignorant 22-year-old kid. Okay. And we didn't have the technology like we have today. And when I stepped into, a boardroom, a trading firm, and my mentor showed me this, I was like, first of all, for the first thing I asked myself is this, and this is what you're probably asking, because I started the same conversation when we started. Why is no more people talking about this? Why is more people not using this technology? Why is everyone using this other stuff? Oh, because it's free? Because everyone likes free stuff. By the way, I hate free stuff. Please do not offer me anything for free. But what you could do is give me a good deal. Okay. That's what traders want. The only reason why it's free, because that's all it's worth. All right. There's always a catch. My dad always taught me. He says, listen, if somebody sells you something for free, gives you something for free, there's got to be a catch. What's the catch? There's got to be a catch. Nobody works for free. Okay. Nobody works for free. All right. The government doesn't work for free. Taxes are not free. Houses are not free. There's definitely a catch. But anyway, my point is this. When I started doing this data cost me almost $1,000 a month. Now, remember, for a 22-year-old kid, okay, 25 years ago, $1,000, you know how much money that is today? Okay, that's like $3,000. Like you tell me some 22-year-old kids right now are going to dish out $1,000 for this technology a month. They'll be like, yeah, right. Not even close. But I was smart back then because my mentor told me, he says, let me ask you something. If I could teach you how to be a $250,000 trader, if I make you a $250,000 trader, which I know I can, is $1,000 really that much? Like, when you think about it, you're like, no, it's not. It's actually part of doing business. It's like $1,000 rent to make, what is that? $20,000 a month. So I end up clearing $19,000. That's not bad. So why wouldn't you want to take that job? Of course I did. I said, oh, you know what? I'll take that job. Because I saw other people doing it in the boardroom. I'm in the boardroom and I see all these guys high-fiving each other. I'm in a boardroom with like 200-300 traders screaming, cheering. Hey, I got it. Look, it's going up. I'm trading them. Yahoo's going up. Remember those stocks? iOmega. Look, iOmega. 3Com. All these stocks. It was just so exciting. And I'm like, sign me up. Well, today it doesn't cost $1,000. Actually, it only costs like $15 for this data. And still today, people still won't pay $15. It kills me. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, if you can't afford $15, you shouldn't even be trading. Do yourself a favor. Close your brokerage account. Okay? $15 what's the worst thing that could happen? You actually expose somebody looking to buy a bunch of shares of support. Okay? But anyway, we'll talk about that later because I'm running out of time. I got about 20 minutes and I want to show you some more of this stuff. I want to have some more fun with you. Okay. So here we're looking at very well-known stock in the news. Okay. The cruise stocks, right? Cruise stocks all over. So we're looking at, they got crushed because of coronavirus. So we're looking at a Norwegian cruise line. Okay. So without looking at any of that fancy indicators and, platforms and crystal balls and softwares, just looking at the book viewer, where do you think resistance level is on this stock right here? Let's see how you guys answer this question. What do you guys think? Brian says 12. Patrick says 12. Everyone else? 12. Here, we're looking at the chat. So some of the people, like I said, the ones that are not logged into the Zoom room can see everybody's answer. 12. If you don't know the answer, just give me a question mark. Okay? Let me move this over here so you guys can look. Remember, resistance are built by sellers. Where the seller's located? On the right-hand side. Okay? Let me help you out here. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Okay. Wow. I didn't even, how long we been talking to you? For about 10 minutes, 15 minutes about it? Guess what? If you said 12, congratulations. You're actually correct. Did that seem hard? Holy, I mean, like, of course, there's a 61,000 share seller sitting out there at 12. I would think it would be resistance levels because I'm not buying it from that guy, and I'm not going to question him because if he doesn't get out of the way, that stock ain't going higher. So two things have to happen. He has to cancel his order or someone has to execute him. And by the way, that's 74 different people out there that have an order out there. So let's look at the chart. Okay, let's look at this chart. What does this chart look like it's doing? Is it going up or down? What does this chart look like it's saying? Up or down? Up, 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 up. Look. Here, look at the chat over here so everybody can look at it. Up, 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 up. Everyone see that? Up. Everyone think it's going up, right? Up, 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 up. Okay, good. Up. Guess what? All those amateurs, all those people out there that think they know how to trade the market, all those self-taught individuals, if I slapped an indicator in here, you would probably be drooling in your mouth and says, you know what, this stock is a screaming buy. It's going higher. But unfortunately, you got a problem. The chart didn't tell you that there's a 61,000 share seller sitting out there because that's still working on the past. And we're only looking at a 1 minute chart right here. So he says 1 minute. People are like, why use a 1 minute chart, not a 5 minute chart? I don't know, because I don't want to be 5 minutes behind. Okay, it's bad enough I'm 1 minute behind. So let's look at the outcome as we move after, into the future. What did the stock do? Hit the resistance at 12, at 1140, came right back down to 1140. It went to 12 and went right back down to 1140. You just lost your whole profit. How would you have not known? How would you have not known that was resistance level? Well, it was very easy. We saw him out there. So you ask yourself a question, okay? You ask yourself a question. How many of you here are seeing those big block orders out there, those iceberg orders? And how much better and smarter trading decisions would you have made if you just knew where those sellers were? This is why I've been on, I have actually 4 events going on this week. I have 4 events that I'm doing today. The more people want to learn how to trade more than anything. And now they're starting to realize, they're like, I don't understand. I keep trading and I can't figure it out. I listen to this guy, listen to that guy. Who do I trust? Well, listen, I can't speak for other people. I just know that the way I was trained, being here in New York, the financial capital of the world, being trained by the best traders, they just says, Fausto, they always told me, don't be an analyst. Okay? You're not. And you don't want to be. And even analysts are wrong. Just follow the money. It's okay to be a follower. Just follow the big boys. They got to move this stuff. Okay? They don't worry about you. We're the ants on the floor. We're just trying to get the crumbs. You don't like that because you're worrying about getting stamped on? Well, guess what? You just got to be a smart ant. Okay? And smart ants got to follow where to be and where not to be. Just got to follow the money. So the big thing is this, is once you got the right tools, it just makes things a lot easier to know where to get in and where to get out. And you know what? Just like that famous painter right there, it's just so much fun. We just love it. You got the right tools. You know exactly what you need. You keep things simple, and it just makes things great. Question coming across here. I'm not sure what it's called, but there are order entry bar right on the right-hand side. Advanced. Shows only traders wide. Well, listen, there are a lot of settings on that platform. Did you subscribe to me on YouTube? If you subscribe to me on YouTube, I actually did a very small demonstration on how to actually lay out those tools, because that's another issue that when people look at it, they're like, I don't understand. I got it, but it looks different than yours. Mine is like all this data, and I don't know what to do with it. But you got to know how to set. That's another big issue with hurdle that you have to learn that we teach at Cybertrading University. You got to know how to fix your defaults. You got to remember, a lot of these software companies and brokerage firms, they try to like sell you everything. You know, they want you to see everything because they're trying to appease swing traders, day traders, options traders, futures traders, currency traders, investors. So they want to show you everything that they're doing. Okay. All right. But honestly, 90% of what they give you don't even need it. So it's window dressing. Okay. And all it does is confuse you. By the way, how many indicators are there out there? Anybody know how many indicators there are out there? How many indicators? By the way, I'm not an anti-indicator. It's just that it does not work for day trading. That's what I'm basically telling you. It's unlimited, hundreds. So how do you know which one to watch? By the way, what I'm showing you, there's not hundreds of these. There's only one. This is it. This is it. Okay. This is not like 100 different other, exchanges. There's New York and there's NASDAQ. Okay. But they all trade the same exchange. A gazillion. D. Wow. Is that even a word? Gazillion? I think it is, right? And everyone always has to say why his indicator is better than his indicator, my indicator is better than his. Forget it. I'll just follow the money. All right. So now the next question people always ask is, are these real orders? Are they fake orders? I mean, like I hear about them, this and that. First of all, let me explain something to you. There's no such thing as fake orders. Okay. No brokerage firm will let you put a fake order out there. And by the way, that's called spoofing, and that's illegal here in the United States. Okay. Big fine. So how do we know they're real? But could somebody cancel it? Of course they could. They could cancel it. So how do we know that they cancel it? Well, what we're going to look right here is something called time and sales. Very important window. This is the confirmation of every transaction that takes place. So right here, when you're looking at it, everything that you're seeing here, a chart gets its data from time and sales. Now, I get so many people that always look at this and like, I don't understand time and sales. Like it moves so fast that only the numbers. Listen, the reason why it's moving so fast is because you got your defaults wrong. Okay. And then just always remind yourself, ask yourself, who really trained you? Right? Was it some guy bragging about he was on a Learjet, or he had a bunch of cash in his middle of his console of his car? I mean, who really? What made them, any great? Okay, listen. Once again, there's nothing about ego here. Okay, I'm not a big rah brag how much money I made. I think that's just very, I don't know, not classy at all. And the thing is, the goal is you have to kind of look at it. Can I teach you how to make money to do it? That's really what it is. And could you be part of my team? Because at the end of the presentation, I'm gonna invite every single one of you to come into my original trading room. You want to see some real traders? You want to see people really make money and trade on their own without me telling what to do? You're all going to be invited to see what it's all about. But the thing is, before we get there, we need to kind of just show you a little bit what we're looking at. And the biggest thing you got to look at is the time and sales window, because you got to make sure that these orders are for real or not. Are they getting executed? Are they canceling? So let's look at this stock right here. Okay. Norwegian Cruise Line. Looking at this time and sales, where do you think the trend of the stock is doing? Up or down? Daniel has a good question. He's like, what about dark pools? Listen, I was a dark pool trader. That's the least of your problems right now. Okay. Go on Investopedia if you want to know what a dark pool is. He do a great 30-second commercial of it. It's brokerage firms that trade within themselves. Trust me, that's the least of your problems. Okay. You want to know where the high frequency trades are. You want to know where the institutions are. You want to know where all those traders on the floor, where they're placing the orders. That's your concern. Dark pools are a waste of your time. I mean, it's good to know a little here and there, but other than that, in today's market, doesn't work. Okay. But for everybody coming up with this answer, you can notice everybody saying down, 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 down. Does everybody see that? Down, down, down. Okay. So you know what? You're absolutely correct. Stock is going down because red means transactions are going off on the bid and all those people on the bid are getting executed. So without even like thinking, without even looking at even the total view, you could just see just by watching, 4,000 shares, 6,400, 4,600, 3,900 shares, red. All these people are getting hit. Guess what? Norwegian Cruise Line, when I look at that chart, kind of makes perfect sense. Okay. And this is at 1145. Where's that? Right here. If you didn't see all those transactions, you thought it was going up. Guess what? Stock ran all the way down to $11.20. Had that happen? I don't know. Did you see the orders? People keep selling it. Why are you sitting there questioning when everybody else is hitting the eject button? Okay. You still hoping? All right. Well, you know what? You just blew yourself and threw away an extra 50 cents, 1,000 shares, $500 a day in a matter of, I don't know, 30 minutes. There goes $100,000 loss in your brokerage account. It's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. You don't have to, do things backwards. Just follow the money. All right, let's look at this one right here. INO. This is a stock that we trade the last couple of days. Anybody trade INO, by the way? What a fun stock. We had a lot of fun with this stock, INO. Anybody trade it? Daniel says, I heard it every so often on YouTube sites. You did 2 weeks ago, Elton. Okay. $9. Yeah, I mean, look at big buyer out there at 9, right? You see that? Look what happened at $9. Green. Stock broke out. The stock broke out. Why did the stock break out? Because let's think about this for a second. This is a seller. The stock went to 10. Wait a minute. Why would a stock go to 10 when you had such a big seller out there at 9? Did you ever thought and see if that somebody thought that was a good buy at 9? Think about it. If you saw a big inventory and someone just said, and you're like, oh my God, that thing ain't going anywhere. That thing is just, remember, the way things go up is supply and demand. Like, my God, look at all those orders out there. This thing is never going anywhere. That's a waste. But meanwhile, somebody comes, sold, I'll buy all of it. And you'd be like, holy crap, that guy just bought all those shares? Like, he bought all that stuff? He must know something I don't, because he just dumped $3 million like that. I'm lucky if I'm only risking 9,000. He must know something than I do. And he did, because INO is doing pretty damn well if you go look back on the chart. And that's why the stock took off. And guess what? If you knew when that guy was getting done at 9 and you saw at 12 and it went to 2, went to 10, there's your buck. Buck a day, $1,000 on a $9,000 investment, $250,000. You just basically witnessed what the average day trader focusing on. So the thing is this, as a trader, you really don't need to make a lot of money to do this, to make a successful career. That's another misconception people make. I mean, listen, 500 shares, 50 cents, $250 a day. People are starving right now. Think about it. You're confined to your house. And then, you have the government paying people to stay home. I hate to say this, but I read an article today from the CDC. They said that it's going to get worse in September and October. Wait a minute. You think the government could keep paying us to stay home? You know what I mean? Like, can you keep printing money? Inflation's going to get destroyed. Something's got to give until we have a vaccine. So you know what? I'm going to give you the best cure. I'm going to give you the vaccine. Don't go outside. Stay home. Learn this stuff. And then you have to worry about nothing else. First of all, who wants to get it back into a car and a train, when you could do this from the luxury of your home, right? And then you're no boss, you got nothing. Listen, I'm not here to sell you the dream. We all know that already. There's so many people trying to do it. But wouldn't it be just easier to learn to do it right the first time? That's where it comes down to it. You don't need to make a killing to make trading a very successful career. You really don't. You just got to know, you just got to surround you got to learn the recipe, and you just got to surround yourself with good traders. That's really what it comes down to it. And once you know where to get in, where to get out, it just makes things so much easier. And it's just so much fun too. I'll tell you, it is a lot of fun. So this is what I want all of you guys to do, because we're going to finish up here, because I got to get ready to go on another big webinar event with one of one of the expos that are going on. But basically, right here, I'm going to be doing. By the way, if you're on YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to be doing another event like this at 3:00. So if you want to tell your friends about it and say, "Holy shit, you got to listen to this guy Fausto from Cyber Trading. He's talking about level 3," So go out there and make sure you promote it, because this is really something very important. Everybody needs to learn this stuff and understand it, because there's a lot of junk out there. And, from doing this for so many years, we also have a lot of people that have copied us over the years, and which is okay. It's flattering, But listen, you ever been to a professional trading room? Well, we started the first one. Do you want to know what it tastes like? The original? It's like having the original buffalo wings, Anchor Bar in Buffalo, or having the original New York cheesecake, which is Junior's in Manhattan. You want to have the original and see what it's all about, how it all started. I'm going to invite every single one of you to come and join me in my trading room. Every one of you. Okay. And we start at 8:00 in the morning, because we start an hour and a half before the market opens up. And then and all the way up until the close. We do commentary, everything. And this is what it's going to come down to it. $9. Not 15, not 140, not 10,000, $9. Basically, all we want to know is if you're a real person or not. Okay? And basically, and that's what the $9 is for. And by the way, at the end of the week, when you're in the trading room, if you don't like it, I'll give you $9 back. Trust me, I don't need your $9. Okay? This is basically an application fee for us to let you know who you are and getting in the room. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get our live trading room for a week. You're going to get your own education advisor. Yes, you're going to be able to talk to somebody on the phone. You're going to get morning meetings, afternoon meetings, live commentary, watch lists. You're going to get a crash course on day trading, all for a lousy $9. All right. And as a bonus, if you actually are in the room and we see that you're enjoying it and you're actually doing well, guess what? The first 20 people right now that register, I will personally give you a coaching class. So now people always ask me, they're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Fausto, president of the company, is going to talk to me. Why would he do that? I'll tell you why. I have an invested interest you succeed. What I'm looking for is to teach people how to trade that I can make money with. Okay. It's a lot of work to train somebody. So think of that. You're going to be an employee and you're coming for a job, and we want to invite you into our store. And if you like it and you see that there's a lot of potential for you to make money here, then I will interview you and I'll let you know if trading's for you. Because I'll be honest with you, we don't actually approve everybody to be part of our team. Listen, there are schools out there that will just sign up anybody. And you know what? We don't want to be in a room with 1,000 traders. Actually, when I look at that, I said, like, I see other rooms. I'm like, why would you want to be in a room with 1,000 traders? It's just chaos. You really learn anything? I mean, it's cool for a week, but if you're doing a career in this thing, you can't trade with all those people in there. Nobody knows. You need people that are communicating and a part of a family, that are working and having someone that's not letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the room. But you know what? There's only one way to find out. Come up with the $9, pay the $9, and see it for yourself. So before you spend any money with anyone else, or even maybe if you did, just go out there and try it out. You could do it like it's like basically an expensive cup of coffee here in Manhattan. So a couple of questions here. We got a link right here. Craig Ramsey said, best $9 you could ever spend, worth 100 times that amount. Well, Craig, thank you very much for sharing that. I really appreciate that, you sharing that. Thank you very much. By the way, you got the link up there. You got the number up there. There's the phone number. I'm actually posting up on YouTube. You can actually call us up and you can register online. But honestly, it's just so much easier just doing online. It's a lot faster. All right. Just going to go through a couple of questions over here. And let me just see. I got a couple of people that registered. Just want to do a couple of shout outs. Oh my God, I got so many damn emails. More and more people want to learn how to trade more than anything. Brian from Lakewood, Florida, just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the team. Julie from Ontario, Canada, got your registration. Saeed from London, England, got your registration. I see you guys start registering now. I got a couple more minutes. So with that said, oh, by the way, and before we go, as you're registering, when we're done, we're gonna be playing the video of me on NASDAQ just before they shut NASDAQ down. My last interview with them, showing you what total view is, so you guys can get the feel. I was talking about the coronavirus back in the beginning of February. When I was there last time, I was talking to the guys from Fast Money. I'm like, guys, you got to talk about what's going on with coronavirus. They're like, no big deal, no nothing. And nothing against them. They're just not day traders. You see, day traders, the Marines, are the front line before everybody else comes in. So we know what's happening before it actually even happens. And by the way, you want to be a good swing trader, good investor, you damn well better learn how to day trade first. Robert just put in there. He said, you probably could see that. He said, customer service follows through and they're the best. Patrick, great class. Thank you, Fausto. I learned a lot so far. You're more than welcome, guys. And thanks for sharing that, because a lot of people need to see real, true, feedback from people that have been in there. And thanks for coming support and CTU. But like I told you, these people out there, they're working hard. Listen, you're stuck in your home. What are you going to do all day? You know what I mean? Just learn how to trade. It's time to really take it to that next level. And, for what? $9? It's not like you're dishing out 10, 20,000, 30,000. A couple of shout outs right here. A couple of people also registered. We got Lewis from the UK. I just got your registration. Great Britain. Welcome aboard. Abaldesh from Tampa, Florida. All right. Well, almost looks like they're all coming in right now. Now, guys, there's a questionnaire when you fill it out that lets us know a little bit about you. Very important you fill that out. Let us know, did you take training courses with somebody else? You know what I mean? Just let us know if you're, what kind of broker you have. It only helps us to kind of help the question process to kind of more let us know how to answer your questions better detail. Remember, we don't want to procrastinate and we don't want to waste it any more time than what it is. It's a very volatile market. It's a fun market. You finally seen something that we've been waiting for since 2008. Usually we have a crash every 8 years. Took a little bit longer. I hate that it had to come down to this, but unfortunately, this is what we do. This is where we make most of our money. People are sitting back crying and worrying about their stimulus package or the PPP or, do they go back to work or they're stuck? You know what? Just do this. It's the greatest job in the world. But you know what? You got to learn from really good mentors. You really got to learn from people that know what they're talking about, that are doing it every day. And yes, you know what? $9 here, $50 there. Try a little bit of everyone's little stuff and make sure it's the right fit for you. That's the key to it. Ed, you got a question? Go ahead. What's your question, Ed? You got about another minute or two. I gotta hop on and go jump into another meeting right now and do another event. So just put that in there. A couple of shout outs here. All right. John, I got your registration from John Ragnar from Los Angeles, California. James from San Diego, got your registration. By the way, just guys, make sure that, just let you know, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click on the bottom of the Facebook and YouTube if you're watching us live there. We'll send an email to you guys. But subscribe to our Twitter feed. Our Facebook and our YouTube is probably our best. Our YouTube is obviously the best, and our Instagram. You know what I mean? So go back and do your homework. Lewis has a question. His question is, does this work for Forex as well? Lewis, I'm not really a Forex guy. 70% of trading is pretty much similar to all of us. So when it comes to that, I would probably recommend, the emotions and the psychological part is pretty much the same you're going to learn. But you know what? Let me put it this way, Lewis. Are you making the six figures trading futures? Forex? Because if you're not, you're wasting your time. Okay? No, you're not. So just do yourself a favor. Yeah, I know a lot of people like to try. This is, I just like futures or I like Forex. I'm like, listen, if it's not, you're not making money within the first 30 days, you're wasting your time. If a doctor puts you on a prescription and after 30 days, you're not getting better, you're getting worse, you got two things to do. He's got to give you a different prescription. You better find a new damn doctor. Okay. That really comes down to it. But he's such a nice guy. He's got a nice bedside manner. You know what? Is it the nice guy that's going to make you money? Or is it the guy that's going to do the job? And that's where it comes down to it. So if it's not working, it's just not working. And I tell everybody, if you're doing something for more than 30 days and you're not seeing progress and you're not trading live, it's time to go to the next market. Okay. And I know a lot of people look, but I invested so much money into it. Listen, just look as a part as doing business. You know what? Their people could have blew up their accounts. So maybe you're lucky. Whatever you lost, just cut your losses before they get worse. All right, guys. So anyway, I'm going to looks like Rich, you got your camcorder on that's right. We have a lot of our staffs working from home. So just gotta let you guys know. Thank God we've been working from home since February. All right, so you're more than welcome, Brian. Guys, listen, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned a lot. And you know what? If you don't sign up with us, whatever it is, maybe you start at the right time, or maybe you just want to do your homework and do your research. Listen, go look up us on Google. We got a 5-star rating, 5-star on Facebook. We're endorsed by more brokerage firms than anyone in the industry. So I think that has a lot to speak for itself. But like I said, for $9, what do you have to lose, right? Find out the real truth. Come in the trading room, try it out, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully see you upcoming events. And listen, be very safe, guys. It's very, very dangerous out there. This whole coronavirus. Have the good excuse. Come and just sit with us and just stay in our trading room. All right. That's probably the best cure you could probably have until a cure comes out. There's no reason to leave. All right. A lot of fun. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the Cyber Group room.